Hey, this is Sound Control, and this is just some motivation for you to get into your DAW or get on your DAWless gear and start learning sound design. Start learning how to manipulate envelopes and start learning how to manipulate the amp envelope, the filter envelopes, the LFOs. Get in tune with these different parameters and start understanding what they do so you can have a wide range of sound available with the sounds that you already have. You no longer need to purchase sound packs to have an expansive um, sound library. You can create your own sound library with your own gear or with your DAW with free, plugins and stock drums. I just want to challenge people. You don't need to rely on Splice one shots. Um, I personally relied on Splice one shots for years and years until I really got deep into synthesis. Now I don't need it. I'll use it if there's a specific sound that I just cannot imitate. But you don't need Splice. You don't need these things. You can always synthesize your own sounds. Just spend the time to learn the different parameters that create the desired effect that you want. And some of those, just parameters, just to think of them, you know, envelope, amp envelope, filter envelope, right? Attack, release, decay, all these terms. Really get to understand these terms and start playing around, adding some low frequency oscillators to these parameters and seeing how that impacts the sound. Sometimes, with the slow attack, you get more of a sort of droned out start to the sound. So it's like a pad, like maybe closer to a pad versus, extremely fast attack where it's immediate and it hits like a hi-hat or a snare. I say all that to say is I've personally been lazy when it comes to sound design, and you know what? I'm making a decision like I need to do the work and learn how to actually sound design. So that's what I've been trying to do for the past few months. And I'm not gonna lie, making music DAWless makes it much easier for you to have the ability to fine tune whatever sounds you'd like to fine tune to your liking. It just makes it easier because there's no barrier between you and the interface. I mean, obviously with the DAW, you have to utilize a mouse, and sometimes you have to, or you can sort of, you can assign parameters to specific MIDI controllers, which I totally recommend doing that if that's your route. That can also be a way for you to just get the hands-on experience in sound design. But really, there's no need to have a Splice account these days. Yeah, support these up and coming sound packs that people are coming up with, but there's no need to have an ongoing subscription just to get the similar drum sounds. You can make all the drum sounds yourself. Make your own drum sounds. Make your own library. Nobody else can sound like you if you make it and fine tune it to your liking and to how you want to hear those drums. So I just want to emphasize, spend some time to learn sound design. Spend some time to learn some of these parameters that can affect your sound immediately. And this is a challenge to myself. I'm trying to get out of the habit of relying on one-shot samples from Splice. Rather, I want to rely on one-shot samples I generate from my own machines. So I just wanted to share that since personally that's where I'm at. Like, I want to generate my own sounds, my own tones, everything. Now, when it comes to creating like a piano sound via a synth, I know it's possible. But if you need to get piano samples, sometimes Splice might be the place where you need to do that, right? Or you want to chop things up for that. But I'm talking specifically like one shots, kicks, snares, hi-hats. These are things that you can customize and make to your liking. Do that. Like, there's no need to waste your credits on Splice if you're still using Splice on those. Use your credits on effects, things that can kind of add some backplot to your just some background to your music to add to it, but don't rely on it for your drum sounds. Maybe you can definitely, again, the melodic elements, you know, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Get that off of Splice. For me, um, I learned how to play piano, so I kind of utilize that and any presets that I have in the Omnisphere, and that's how I create my loops. But yeah, I mean, but if you get that good at sound design and you create your own pads, you create your own piano sounds and keys and whatever, do it. More power to you. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But again, drum sounds, you don't need to purchase those from Splice.